Okay, lab 8 is applying linear and median regression. So basically all it does is make a number that best fits a line. So it's basically making slope. Okay? So on page 323 we're going to input this data into our calculator. So go into your calculator, press stat. Go to edit. That's going to get you into your two lists. Your first list will be your x values. Your second list will be your y values. So I'll say them aloud if you want to follow along and input them into your calculator. -8, -6, -5, -4, -2, -1, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. I don't know. Let me see it. On the second list, you obviously will put your y's in there, okay? So I'll do them again. You want to match your -8, 13 should be on the same line, kind of a deal. So we'll go 13, 13, 12, 11, 9, 9, 7, 6, 4, 4, 2, 2. And you'll know if you messed up because you'll either be one short or one too many. So you just go to your list and make sure that they match up all the way down. And you ought to be good. Okay? If you want to see what these look like on your graph, you just press the graph button, and it should graph them. Oh, it didn't. It's stat plot is what you need it to be in. Second stat plot, and you would turn that on. Okay, it would plot it for you. We don't need the graph though, so let's not even worry about that right now.
Okay, what is this?
What, Casey? I don't know where you're at, so I'm not sure. Okay, so that's really not important to be able to see the stat plot right now. But if you wanted to do it, it's just like we would do with the whisker plot. We go second stat plot, turn it on, and go from there. But we stored our x values into our list 1 and our y values into our list 2. For Taylor, it's A and B. Okay, so when we want to create a linear regression or even a quadratic regression for this, we can do that by hitting stat, going over to calc, and right here it says linreg. Okay, so you'll hit linreg. If there's only two things in your list, you can just press enter again. If not, you want to put in your list 1 comma your list 2. Okay, so for you guys, it probably asks you x list, and it says, yeah, so go ahead and put in your list 1, your list 2. Okay, then you'll press enter. It'll ask you for list 1, put in L1. And as for your y values, put in L2. Okay, so here we go enter, and you should see these numbers. If you do not see those, okay, that's pretty much it for the lab. The things that you're able to do with this are relatively obvious. You can put these in y equals mx plus b. If you have 2 points, if you only have 2 points, and you don't want to put them in a point slope form, or you don't want to have to do all the math work to it, you can use this to create a y equals mx plus b chart off of 2 points. Okay, it'll give you the exact thing that you need. So that will help you save a little bit of time so you don't have to plug into slope intercept or whatever you want to use it for. Okay, now let's go back and do one more thing. Press stat. Oh no, we can go into y equals. So I'm going to show you how to graph these from your line. Okay, we need these numbers, so obviously we're going to have to round a little bit. Okay, these numbers that you have here, A is your slope, B is your y-intercept. It's y equals mx plus b form. M in this case is A. Okay, so I know that seems a little confusing. I don't know why they wouldn't just put M in there. Their life, they choose what they want to do. So I can write the equation of this line. I'm going to round it to 2 decimal places. So y equals -0.78 x, and it is plus 7 point, and again I'm rounding to the hundredths place, 73. And I can put this into my y equals function and type those in. So -0.78 x plus 7.73, 7.73, and graph. And I should be able to see the line. So that'd be the line best fit. And of course, y'all guys already knew how to do that part of it, but just know what you're using linear regression for. So you can put that into your y equals. Now, there is another way to put this into your calculator and make it more precise. So go back to your y equals, clear it out. Okay? So you're going to do y equals, and then you're going to press vars. So somewhere on here it says vars, right underneath your down button. Okay, there it'll give you all these different things that you want to go down to. Go down to statistics. Statistics, because that's the button we were in, was in stat. Okay. Tab over twice. We're going to go to equations. Okay. So this is just regular equation. So reg equation. We're going to press enter on that. What that does is it pulls that equation out from that spot that we had it. It's stored in there. So it put the whole number, so it isn't rounded. And it put the entire equation in there, that y equals ax. So instead of us rounding to the hundredths place, it gives us this whole long number. And when we look at the graph of it, it's not going to be horribly different. It's going to look about the same. But for exact precision graphing, if we wanted to do a trace function, if we wanted to trace it and find out exactly what our linear regression line is at when x equals 5, it would give us a more precise number. Okay, so if we're going for precision, we'll use that. So let's practice a problem really quickly.
Okay, first of all, why does life do that?
It's probably graphing the points. Your stat plot is probably on, Casey.
Okay, let's figure out. If you want to find the point and you do x equals, how do you do this?
Trace, like a trace.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Go over. Okay, so we're going to do a little practice one. I'm going to show you how to use this if we are only giving 2 points. Okay, so go back to your stat, go clear list, and we're going to clear both lists. Okay, or we can go clear entries, whatever you want to do. So for me, I'm clearing list 1, comma list 2. So those are second 1 and second 2, and I can clear it, and it clears it out for me. I went down to clear list, and then I hit second 1, which is L1, then comma second 2, which is L2, and I enter, and it clears them for me. Okay, so I don't have to go in there and individually clear them. Okay, after you clear the list, go back into them and edit. You should see that they're completely empty. Again. If it gives us 2 points, and write down these 2 points, let's say it gives us 3, 5, and 5, negative 20. Okay, and I didn't want to solve for slope and find where it crosses, and I didn't want to put in y equals mx plus b because I was being lazy. Okay, if I didn't want to do that, I could easily put in my x values in the first list, which are 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 in the first list, and then I tab over to the second list, which is 5 and negative 20. So 5 and negative 20, and then I just double check. I have 3, 5, 3, 5. And 5, negative 20. And my points are matching. Okay? So I go hit stat again, tab over to calc, linear regression. Linear means a line. Okay? It's making a straight line. I've just pressed enter on it. Your list should already be inputted into your calculator. And there you go. It gives me exactly what my slope is. My slope is negative 12.5. My intercept is at 42.5. So it gives you exactly what your line would, and you could write down this line to either plug it in to your calculator here in a second, or you could get your calculator to plug it in for you. 42.5. I'm going to go back over how to put them into your y equals. So press y equals, clear out that last number, because we don't need it no more. Okay, we're going to put vars, the variables, in other words. Go down to statistics, that's 5. Tab over twice to equations, regular equation, and put it in there for us. Okay? And then you can, of course, press graph. It's probably outside of our window range right now, but yeah. Anyways, that's all. You guys got any questions over this? If for some reason we wanted to see those points on a line, we could do that. Okay, we would just have to go to stat plot right there, and we'd turn it on. We'd enter it into it, turn it on, and it would show us those points. Okay, I don't want to see them, so I'm not going to turn them on. But again, that was second the y equals button, and it'll go to stat plots. It says stat plot on your calculator right above it. Enter into it, turn it on, and you can see those points graphed. Okay, so you can see how closely related it is to that line. Okay. Here is the next thing that we'll use. Press second mode. Okay, so that's just quit. That gets you out of everything if you're not already out of everything. You're going to press stat again, tab over to calc, go over to med. See where that says med? This is the median fit line. Okay, this is how we would find the median fit line. We'll press enter on it. Okay, if it asks you to, you have to input your two list numbers. So for me, that was list 1 and list 2. You got errors already? Oh. Let's go back and re-input the numbers that they gave us from that original equation.
You have to do comma list 2.
Yeah, you would, but this is a straight line, so it doesn't really work out that well. We're going to go re-put in all the numbers from our X and Y lists, so I'm going to give you time to do that. Here we go. So from here, we're going to second quick get out of the list, press stat. Okay, once we're in stat, we're going to tab over to calc. Sorry. We go to med. That's the median fit line. Okay. For me, I can just press enter. You might try it. You get some numbers. Okay, again, this will spit out the numbers that will fit into the mx plus b form. Okay, so those numbers can be put into that. If you want to put them into the y equals, we can do that again the same way that we did it before. So clear out your y equals, whatever is there. Press vars, like variables. Okay, go down to statistics, and it is stored in the reg equation. Okay, so we'll press enter, and blam, there it is. Puts it in exactly for us. We could graph that line. Okay, no problem. Coolio.